And we are live, guys, here. Casper Uselink, 11th of October, and we are looking into commodities this midweek, gold and silver, oil, all that good jazz. Let's get into it. Okay, as always, subscribe, follow, comment, good or bad, I don't mind. Again, I highly appreciate every single one of you that pops in on a regular basis and looks what I have to say. Alrighty. Silver. We have a long list. Let's get diving here. Silver, short term, and by short term I mean the last half year. The price action has not been insanely well. You know, we were coiling big time here, breaking down into that golden long term. Long term, where is it? March 2020 low. Bit of an undercut, and then we're back in again. So now we're just basically going in for retesting here. So we have so much resistance ahead of us if we want to get above that $25, $26 level. We have this trend line here. We have the 30 weekly. We have a long-term red here coming up there. At some point in time, we need to take care of. And yeah, but again, I will show you something. I think I've posted it as well. Some point in time. I think where am I right now? I don't know where I am, to be honest. No, this one right here. There it is. Well, I can't find it. Never mind. Let's skip it. I can't find it. Sorry, guys. I had something in mind that I want to show you guys, but apparently I cannot find it for some reason. Um, okay, let's see here. Again, we have so much resistance that again, it will take some time to gnaw to get through. But as long as this one holds, it's all okay. But I didn't like to see that breakdown here. I will give you that. So silver again above 25.5 to 25.6. It will be a rocket ship, just like here. But to get there, we have to undo tons of damage to the charts. And yeah, let's see where we will be long term. You know, years out, silver is easily going to 50 and beyond. But for now, we could be in for some pain here. Again, I think the gold to silver ratio will show you similar. Gold here, a bit more constructive. We are back into our wedge. We just needed to almost touch it here. And we're now back in. That's somewhat positive. Again, we have the 30 weekly. It will come down hard soon. And we want to get out of that wedge here at very, very soon. But again, for now, short term, I'm bearish gold and silver. And to prove that my case, I will say, or what confirms it for me is the gold to silver ratio. We want this one to go down. So silver outperforms gold. And again, this was the big coil from May, which we looked at on silver. And then we just snap back to the upside here, breaking out, retesting that blue squeeze right here. So textbook, you know, a breakout, retest, presumption, that would be very bad for gold and silver and the overall markets. But let's see, there are some big numbers coming up here, and the bounce is pretty tiny for now. That's constructive. But again, if we start to get below here, that would be very, very exciting actually for gold and silver if that were to happen. I think this will be my confirmation what happens. Very bad, getting back in here, very good for gold and silver. I think we have visit CPRI tomorrow, and we have something on Friday as well. So big numbers is coming out. Dixie, good old Dixie, is at a major point in time here. Let me remove all the good stuff. This was a 11-week uptrend right here. That's insane. That rarely never happens, but that's broken now right here. And go to the weekly. We are also at some horizontal big levels here. You can see all the interactions coming across. So if we get, let's say, below 105.5, then we're in for some more downside here. Also taking out the 30 daily here. So it could be very slippery here for the Dixie. Also, I made a post that I think we were to like to do like this, and then we roll over, and then we did have a topping pattern as well for that head and shoulders formation. But if we start to slip here, the dollar could be in for some pain. However, you are squeezing to some degree here, so just keep that in mind. So we could still do that, and then we roll over. But again, until proven otherwise, the momentum is definitely in the bullish camp for the Dixie. But there are signs now that the gas is now leaving the tank, I will say. Also looking at, also confirming that the Dixie could be in for some weakness is the 10-year. You can see here rising wedge all the way up. We pop to the upside, and then, as I often talk about, when you have a rising wedge and you do the opposite of what it expected, that's very bullish, but it could also turn very bearish if you start to come down in towards the wedge to the upside. That's very bearish if you do like this, come back in. Often what you see is that you go to kiss the lower side, and then again, it can turn very bearish very quickly. My take is we're going to kiss or visit the $4.34 level here at some point in time. Not in a straight line, obviously. That's my take. And that will pull silver down. This is oil. I want to show you something very interesting. This is the gap created Monday upon the news, the war in between Palestine and Israel. And what has happened now is actually we just closed that gap right there. Same thing with the oil cuts over here. You can see here, big news, they were to cut like 1 million or 2 barrels per day, and then we closed it, and then we came all the way down again. So news-driven gaps very rarely have any longer sustainability. Also note oil, we're above, wait, that's very incorrect. We are above this green dotted fella right here for now. But the gap is closed. Let's see what happens. Or do we just keep grinding down and then just all this is undone? So let's have a see. Let's see. I have something to show you for the palladium. As you know, I have been very interested in this long-term trend line, and we are basically there right now, just touching it all the time. Then I saw a post from my good man Burak from Trading Channels. Follow him, insanely skilled technical analysis account or a guy. I want to show you. Take the low here from 2008, right there, and then you have a perfect. Again, this is Burak that showed me this one here. Perfect parallel channel, and you have a lot of stuff going on all of a sudden. Now we have some double mega support in a falling wedge that has happened for, what's that, 18 months or so. If this starts to bounce here, which we have talked about will happen at roughly, my bottom was at 1150, and we came down to 1120, so fair enough, but it doesn't really matter. But if we start to snap here, then we are in for a multi-year, at least a year, maybe 2-year long bull run here for palladium. At least we will see a major bounce if this were to happen. That would be insanely bullish for palladium. I cannot stress that, enough if we do that. So when and if we clear that wedge here, boom, game on, palladium. But again, until we do that, that's a different thing, Let's get the confirmation. But all of a sudden, we have a double mega support instead of only my long-term here. We have a major parallel channel supporting the case that the bottom is in for our good commodity platinum. You can also do a horizontal here. You can see also some support, the pivot high from January 18, which was a bull flag. But anyways, I'm very excited for palladium here. I think if palladium, let's say have a big run up to like 2,500, just spitting out a number here, then you're in for a kind of a big move, which will help the miners because they are getting killed for the past 2 years. So there could be some potential good swings in the miners in the near future if that happens. If that happens, platinum should follow, and we should have this mega, which I think is a mega inverted head and shoulders in play. Again, I will be bullish when and if we get above this one, the long-term golden. Obviously, right now we are just oscillating around it. But if we can get above, let's say 1,000, then I'm mega bullish. And then we have a neckline and we have this band here, which need to get taken out, but still, then we could go in for that move to 1,600 on platinum. Copper, what's happening here? Why is my chart broken? What is going on? Excuse me, guys. 1 second, I need to fix this. And fixed. Copper, on the other hand, there's nothing bullish for me right now for copper. We are still below that double rail right there. This was major squeeze and we're below. The only positive is that the lows here are still holding. And but now 30 weekly is coming down. I mean, copper needs to make a big surprise and just snap like that. If we lose 3.5, it's not the best view in the entire world if you're a copper bull, at least short term. Long term, I know the prices will be way higher. You know, 5 years from now, that it will be way higher than we are today. But yeah, copper, not looking too good. What is looking good still is our good old nat gas. We took out our blue $3 level here, and then big spike here, coming into the upper side of our bear channel right here, getting some resistance. But also we're above that goal, which is nice. I think nat gas will run way higher. 30 weekly is coming up, looks fantastic for nat gas. Let's remove it here because I think this one is minor compared to what has happened. And yeah, looks really, really good. Also, what is looking good is the European one. Long-term golden here, double bottom into that, beautiful. And then we started to get excited when we can close above 44, and we are here right now. This is beautiful. And the 30 weekly is turning like a tanker. And yeah, I think nat gas could do insanely well into the winter, which is bad for many people, obviously. What is this? This is coal. Still getting a bit killed here. Still, again, finding a bit here at the lows, which is the highs from November 2010. But it needs to hold. Otherwise, I think we're going all the way down here to roughly 100. 30 weekly is still coming down. So it needs to pop here to negate all the downward momentum. But I think if nat gas gets the bid, which I think it will, then I think coal will follow. Yeah, let's see. Good old Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is in a very interesting spot. If you lose that 25 point, let's call it 25, the lows there, you have no, look at all this air right here. Then you will take a deep, deep, deep dive on Bitcoin. However, we are still very close to a major long-term trend line there. This is a parallel actually from this one down here. You have a parallel up to here. So you're coming in, you are coming into, let's go to the daily just to get a bit more detail on. You're coming into a major, very important moment in time here. This triangle right there. If we lose 25, yes, you have guessed it. There it is. That's a short-term confirmation. Long-term, we're going way lower. But that is also an inverted head and shoulders that will get confirmed. So really, Bitcoin needs to resolve to the upside here and get above, let's call it 29, 28K. Otherwise, it could get insanely nasty for Bitcoin here. My take is still in the camp that we need to have a major crash in crypto just to flush out everything, that is that has no value. And yes, there are crypto coins that will have some sort of function in the future, but right now there are like 15,000 whatever coins that has no, it's just air, just hot air basically. And we need to cleanse like 99 point something of the coins. They need to go to 0. Then we can have a fresh restart. And I think that will happen when and if Bitcoin takes out 25. Then we have a long way to go to the downside here. And crypto or Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin will survive, will be a place to be buying. If we go the full route here down to 8K, roughly 7K in 2024, man, that is a buying opportunity you should not miss. Very low risk. And I can assure you, people down here, if we get to 10K and below, they will say that Bitcoin is dead. And that's when you want to look at the other side of that coin. Okay, a long talk about Bitcoin, but I think it's very, very important to be aware what's happening right here. Again, my best trade was actually in Bitcoin back in 2020 to 2022 to 2021. So I'm not hating on Bitcoin, but right now I don't like it. Good old uranium spot price. What happened? As you know, we came into our Fukushima high. We predicted this once we started to move here, and we're getting a bit of a pullback, a bit of some sellers coming in. Totally fine, totally normal. I think as long as we're above here, 64, it's very bullish. 64, that's the pivot high here from 2022. And as long as we're above the neckline and that $24, $23 level, excuse me, $64 to $63 level, it's all fine, all dandy in the hood, no problem right here at all. Soybeans, however, this is game over. Boom, boom, doesn't look good. It looks like it really wants to roll over if we get more momentum. Yet again, you can see the weekly here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8-week red candle. So does it just drop here like a stone? No. But again, in order to undo all this crazy stuff that we've seen here, it needs to snap back right up there. Then we have another case. But for now, soybeans, nope. This is our good old sugar. Bullish flag broken, and when the first target is often the high of the flag, and you can see here resistance, retest. And for now, when and if we take out 27, 28, 27, then we have a bull flag target here at roughly 33. Again, the long-term trend is up. The weekly, this is the monthly moving average, insanely sharp to the upside. A lot of long-term momentum upside here. 30 weekly, a lot of momentum to the upside. And yeah, looks fantastic for sugar. And I think we're going to the highs here in 2011. And that's also when silver peaked. And this right here is when silver peaked. So you can do the math when and if we get up there. Where is silver? Maybe, maybe not. People will say no, but I'm on the other camp, in the other camp, excuse me. The nickel can't catch a bit. It's just keep grinding down. I think we're going to the low side. As remembered, when we come back into a rising wedge, what is often the case, you get to the lower trend line. That's often what I see anyways, before you have any bigger buyers stepping in. We have I've added this one here, like a minor dotted trend line here. So if we break that, maybe we have some momentum, but still, not the best view. Want to show you something here. Silver against overall M2 money supply. 80s high. There it is. There it is. Big pop. Again, 2011 here. And now we're just flagging above that golden trend line. It could be a big pop. It really could be one of the places to be very soon. But I know many people, when I post a bullish chart on silver, they are saying you are an idiot. Maybe I am, but I know I've seen the ratios and I have my conviction where silver will be together with energy for this decade. So until proven otherwise, that is my bias. This is against gold against M2 money supply. Look at it here. That's a squeeze coming in. Would I have preferred a touch here? Yes, but still it's valid. Now we have some breakouts here and now we're below again, but we are in a bull flag. And if we pop, gold pops, silver pops, and people will soon become very bullish on silver. But again, until proven otherwise, until proven, we are still not in the go area. We're still struggling for gold and silver. Look at the gold to silver ratio, guys. I will not daily, but a few times a week. And if we start to curl down here, oh boy, then gold and silver will really start to catch up again. But the most likely scenario is often breakout, retest, resumption. So look at the gold to silver ratio. That's the one to look at on the direction for gold and silver and actually the overall market. Because this, when that happened in the gold to silver ratio, everything went to the dumpster. And if that happens again, yeah, you will have the exact same outlook for stocks, commodities, crypto, it doesn't matter. Okay. Midweek update on gold and silver commodities. I hope you enjoyed it. Have an awesome evening, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.